You know, you wanted that taco so bad, yet you're not gonna get that taco.
I dream a dream of getting free tacos.
Man.
But damn it, LeBron.
Anyway, before we can go on to Money in the Bank, we actually have an event that went on that's not even WWE related. But technically, it's kind of WWE related. Technically,
Technically.
and that is the takeover of NXT, which is the end. What was that thing called again?
Take over the end of the beginning or something like that.
We go the
I'm like, oh, I didn't quite understand that, but all right.
yeah. All right. So yes, this is the takeover, the end of the beginning review. And we just say it's technically supposed to be takeover, the end, but they just added the of the beginning during the
Yes,
promo and all
sir.
that stuff. So okay. So might as well run with it. All right. So our first match is the perfect 10. 10. 10. Did I mention 10? Like,
Twice as much as what Big E wanted.
all right. He don't want. He only wanted 5. We get 10.
10.
And
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce this thing. MVP could pronounce this better than I would.
Dude, you're try, but you could do it better than I could probably.
He's a new guy basically. It is um Andre Kane Almes. Just note that he is a he went around the world and he is also like um a a lucha libre wrestler, but he's no longer wearing the mask. He took off the mask. If you know him, he is La Sombra uh, in uh, in CMLL in Mexico. Um, there was no really like storyline to this. It's basically Ty Dillinger went on Twitter. It's like, hey, I want a match on NXT Takeover. Give me a match. Rigo say, okay, you fight the new guy. And it was an intriguing match. Let's say that. Mike, what's your thoughts of it?
As you know, I don't get to watch it every single week, so I don't know much about some of the guys who aren't as featured, such as Mr. 10. Um, I had no idea who the other guy was going into this match. It was a
Actually this was his debut on NXT. This
well, that much I knew, and that was a pretty short match too. I felt. I think again, I may be wrong. I was kind of in awe of how good NXT is, and mad that I don't get to watch it every single week. Thank you, Pizza Hut. Um, um, I can't say too much because it was a good match. I was again not knowing who the other guy was and not being able to pronounce his name or remember his name or where he's from or anything. It's hard to comment on that match particularly.
really with that match is like it was an intriguing match. Actually, this was like I'll be honest, this is one of Ty Dillinger's best matches since he's been on NXT. And he actually was impressive. And the fact that the crowd was behind him with the whole 10, 10, 10 chance, it's kind of like it was intriguing that that he has that much popularity in a short matter of like 9 months, like 9, 10 months. Um, so I just let's see how this will continue on going forward. Uh, and let's see if Ty Dillinger can actually bring get some to this, and also the new guy Kane Almas. Um, let's see how he does in NXT because this is his first time. We don't know how well he's gonna do. Who it's just this was like the first time you see him, so let's see what feud will he go with. So the next match was the WWE Tag Team Title. No. Why did I say WWE? This ain't New Day. This is not
It's
the.
a new day. Yes, it is.
This is not for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. No. We're talking about.
Speaking of that, I got a surprise on Facebook later for you guys. Anyways, moving on.
Oh Lord. But this is for the NXT Championship. This is the NXT Tag Team Championship.
Yeah!
This is a live. This is a live review. This is late at night. So I'm sorry.
Yep.
Take 3. This is for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Did I get it right this time?
Ding ding ding!
It is American Alpha, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, defending their titles against the Revival of Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. Revival was more or less like mad that they lost the championship, and it's like they start beating up tag teams. Like they dare to prove that they are the better tag team, and that they want to win their championship back. And this match really was surprising that the title changed hands. I really thought that American Alpha was going to hold on to the championship for a good while, but it kind of really surprised me that they actually gave Revival a second reign. Basically, the Revival is the first first team to hold a championship twice. They are the third people to hold the tag team title twice. The first person, the only person, is Neville, who you saw later on that night. But what's your thoughts on the match? And
I gotta say, man, dude. Another again. Every match, it's another reminder. Watch NXT every week. I need to listen to my own advice because that match was phenomenal. Especially to the ending. We'll get to that. I'll get to the exactly ending in a minute. But just Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. As someone who doesn't watch it regularly, I hear so much about these guys. I saw them at NXT Takeover Dallas. I was like, I like these guys. Cool. Watch them again tonight, and it's like, I felt a little sad because I like those guys. I like American Alpha. I couldn't help when I saw a double ankle lock. Everyone else talking about Kurt Angle and no, Kurt Angle should not be involved with those guys, but you can't help but think of Kurt Angle in a way when you see an ankle lock and a half modified Olympic slam. At least I think it was always a T-bone suplex. I don't know, one of the two. I like the match. The Revival. I do like the Revival. I'm not as fond of them really. It's one of those times when you look at somebody and you just go, I don't know how I feel about them. Revival for me are those guys. I sit there and I can't form an opinion. They're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm not saying they're great either. It's just for me that just happens to be the tag team that does that for me. But that ending though, the what I seem to think a 3D into a code breaker is basically what it looked like. Looked like he was throwing them up for a 3D, and then I don't know whatever you want to call that move, Fat Boy. You know what the finisher they had at the end of that match, Fat Boy. Well, anyways, I liked it. I don't. I mean, again, I'm not the best talker, folks. So it's gonna sound like I'm rambling, but man, I like that match. I like the American. I feel bad for them. I don't know where they go from here. After this, they have another match with Revival at NXT Takeover Brooklyn, or what they do. But
It's called the Shatter Machine.
I don't like that.
Yeah, but that's why you don't hear them saying much of the move name. It's just like, oh, there it is. That's the finish right there.
Yeah, I don't like
But American Alpha, they're not gonna go for the tag team titles anymore because if you saw after the match was over, two new guys came in.
Yep, I forgot about that.
Two new guys came in and beat the living heck out of
And
they beat out the American Alpha. But who showed up?
Paul Ellering.
The legendary manager of the World Warriors, the Legion of Doom, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, at first it took me a minute at first because I wasn't. I was just like, oh, it looks like the dude who played the evil uncle in the Prince of Persia movie. And then I'm like, oh no, that's Paul Ellering, one of the few. I mean, again, I'm not always smart with old wrestling, and I feel like I have good knowledge, but I don't have necessarily the greatest. After I had a little reminder from my cousin, that was Paul Ellering. I'm like, oh shit, that could be interesting. Those guys, though, I don't know how. I mean, those guys are big and they're dominant and they're tough. Don't have any idea who the hell they are. But after I watched them stand next to Paul Ellering, I was like, I'm usually not one to complain about look when it comes to wrestling, but I just sat there and I'm like, I just looked at them like, I don't know. I don't know if I like necessarily their look. It doesn't seem like a group that Paul Ellering would be managing. But obviously, you got to give them time to explain who they are, what their motive is, and get a chance to know these guys and give them a chance to speak, possibly. Well, then again, maybe that's why they have Paul Ellering, because they're not good talkers. I don't know. Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with those guys. Just not sure where they'll go with those guys.
Okay, so really, I'm looking them up right now. They are called the Authors of Pain. And
Ironic.
they are two guys who's been in NXT for a good while, but they haven't really been like on TV. This is like their first time on like television or pay-per-view or whatever. There are Sonny Sinska and Gin. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not gonna butcher up anything, but
I gotta say, obviously, I can't necessarily agree with Kevin Owens, but he tweeted out also the Full Sail Arena chanting "Who are you?" at Paul Ellering is a great example of why I'm glad I don't wrestle there anymore. And I kind of agree, but I kind of don't with that statement because a lot of fans aren't going to know who the manager was of a tag team that's been retired since before a lot of those people even started watching wrestling.
And here's the thing, though. A lot of the people, you haven't seen Paul Ellington in a long while. The last time you saw him was when the World Warriors were inducted into the Hall of Fame like years ago.
And
So,
before that, it was probably even longer.
and yeah, it was way longer. Oh, I'm sorry, that's my phone.
See, I already turned my phone on mute. You couldn't do the same thing.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect somebody to text me this late at night. But anyways, like Paul Elliott, it was a weird, interesting. Like you never expect him being there, him being a Hall of Fame manager of a Hall of Fame tag team because he was inducted this with the War Warriors. So So you wouldn't expect somebody like him to come out. Now I didn't know who it was until they were announcing it. Until I think who it was. Corey Graves was saying, "Oh, that's Paul Heyman." I'm like, huh? I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't really recognize him until my cousin said who he was, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because you can name a bunch of old guys from the past, and might know who they are, but I may not know what they look like.
but at the same
I
time, they
know who
could.
are.
But at the
I
same
mean,
time, the crowd could also be chanting, "Who are you at the team?" Because even though the camera did
true.
view at the manager at the time, they were chanting, "Who are you? Who are you?" Nobody. It's like at the same time, nobody was expecting a Paul Anderson to come back onto the WWE or NXT.
No. Yeah, but I guarantee you, almost nobody knew who that tag team was. That I'll give to you. They could have been saying it to them. I could have thought of that,
But you don't know who they're saying to. But I mean, he did walk out when they were starting to chant "Who are you?" So you don't know who they were
but
saying
yeah,
"Who are you?" to. So I mean, I'll give a pass for that. But
yeah.
it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, is always a bitch on Twitter.
Kevin, I'll block you on Twitter, Owens. See again?
No, it's just a repeat. It's like if you didn't read the message, then you did do the same thing to you. This is you just play it over. Um,
All right, what's next?
oh, a match I was actually anticipating: Shinsuke Nakamura versus Austin Aries. Two people, two people who kind of technically debuted at the same time.
Right.
Oh, Austin Aries debuted earlier, but they both had a debut match at the same time. But Shinsuke Nakamura, you obviously expect that everybody looked at him more better because he's a bigger person in Japan. I mean,
Yeah.
Austin, no disrespect to Austin Aries because he is a great wrestler in like Ring of Honor and TNA. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that, but anyway, it's just like something with Shinsuke Nakamura had like that little vibe. That's why he's over more than an Austin Aries. So it's like, and this was a match. If I don't give the tag team match of the night, this is the match of the night because these two brought down the house. Now, I don't think it was like high like uh Nakamura versus Zayn, but it was like up there.
Um,
Thoughts, Mike?
I have my opinions on Nakamura. Sometimes I'm wondering if he's having a seizure. I'm just saying. I can't be the only person that's ever thought that. But other than that, I mean, Austin Aries, the greatest man who ever lived, has been one of my favorites coming out of TNA. Because technically Ring of Honor or wherever else he was, people criticize. I know him from TNA because I don't really watch a lot of indies because you don't watch so much wrestling in a weekend if you want to do everything else. All right, folks. All right. Um, I liked this match. It was a really, really great match. I you know, I've learned to kind of get over the I don't know if exuberance is the right word. I guess I'll say of Shinsuke Nakamura. Just again, I already said this once. I want to call a doctor and to see if he's having a seizure because it looks like he's gonna have a stroke or something going. And there's pains and everything. But then that crowd every 5 minutes is singing Nakamura's theme song. And honestly, I thought Aries would be the more over guy. To be honest with you, apparently that's not the case. Everybody loves Shinsuke Nakamura, and I even saw a guy in the crowd cosplaying as Nakamura. And even doing the whole twitchy thing with his face and his like half crooked, smile. I started laughing, and I just sat back in my couch on my couch up here. I just couldn't stop clapping. I was having a fun time watching Nakamura, a guy who the first time I saw him at Dallas, because I didn't see him before that, folks. Shut up! I don't watch New Japan. Shut up. Go home. I didn't like him. I did not like him. And it's not because he beat Sami Zayn or anything, but I didn't like him. But now he's growing on me. Me and my brother still make jokes about him a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I enjoy him. And I thought, the king of strong style prevailed tonight, and I don't know what else to say about him, man. I don't know what else to say.
I think the fact that Nakamura was anticipated to join NXT because once once the rumors came out with WWE had signed AJ, Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, aka Luke Gallows. It was more like it was expected, but I think at the same time there was like these fans was like there's something with Nakamura that could captivate you and that grabs you with the whole like stuttering, the whole like the movements or like his moveset. It's just that he has something. He has what we call it that just like grabs you, like pull you in to say, "Hey, look, that guy could be the new future." Okay, there goes Mike. But he's that guy. He's like he can pull you in, and basically it's like he has that. Dang it, Mike! Why you have to leave the dang call or broadcast? How could you? You're not supposed to do that. And Mike's wasn't anyway. But I think Austin Aries is like he doesn't have like he's a good competitor, as I said, in the indies. I just don't think he has the connection to the fans like a Nakamura would have. So, and I think that's the main difference between the two. I mean, both of them have like great move sets and great stuff. I think it's just more or less that there's something with Shinsuke Nakamura that just like captivate a lot of the crowd, and that's why he has a higher, better thing than Austin Aries. Now the match itself, it was a great match, and Nakamura wins with Kinshasa. I don't know how to pronounce that thing finisher. But Mike, you need to fix your microphone. There's something wrong. We can't hear you. As Mike has technical difficulties. But it's just like this was a match that it motivate, captivate, and it's like it was a match of the night candidate, yeah, whatnot. So, Mike, I think you need to go fix that. Uh, reload. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kidding. The next match would be Asuka versus Nia Jax. Now, I'm gonna say this. I went to a friend's house to watch NXT Takeover. I wasn't at home, so because my friend actually became a Asuka fan. Oh, okay. He, something that grew on him. So like, okay, yeah, look at this Asuka. Oh my goodness, she's a beast, hot at the same time. So he wanted me to go over there and watch Takeover with him. I'm like, okay. So I just go over there, just watch NXT Takeover with him, and then all of a sudden it's just like, hey, he's an Oscar fan. He wants to Oscar to win. So basically, you as you know, Oscar won the NXT Women's title in Dallas by beating Bailey by making her pass out to the Oscar lockdown. Bailey never tapped. She never gave up. She just passed out. Only reason why Nia Jax got the match instead of Bailey because they did a storyline injury with Bailey. Um, with her getting injured by Nia Jax and Nia Jax winning a triple threat match. So, Mike, thoughts of the women's title match?
Does my microphone work?
Yes.
All right. Woo! Victory. Okay. I might get some hate here. I don't think Nia Jax is a good wrestler. It's just from my personal taste and opinion. I just felt like she's very sloppy. Maybe I'm just not seeing things the right way with her. I just seen that for some reason when I watch her go for that leg drop, it seemed very slow and not very impactful. So I didn't enjoy this match that much at all. Asuka, I liked her a lot better, especially the that kick that she does at the end there, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure why people are saying Asuka City, but I don't watch all the time. But this match, I, my thing is why did they do a storyline injury just to go when you know Bailey's probably just gonna get her title shot back now at Brooklyn probably, or even possibly I'm guessing they're gonna do maybe a triple threat at Brooklyn now. I'm not between Jax, Bailey, and Asuka. That's where I feel like they're gonna go now. Because you can't just have. I get frustrated with storyline because I thought the storyline injury was going to send Bailey to the main roster. Obviously, that's not the case because Dana Brooke just came up. So I don't think they're going to call Bailey up for a while still yet. Um, it. I would probably say it's probably my least favorite match of the night. Normally, I'm like women's matches are some of my favorites. Tonight, not so much.
If you think about this with the women's matches, really the four horsewomen of NXT set that bar of great women's matches. The thing is that we only have one horsewoman left in NXT, and that's Bailey. And the fact that she wasn't involved in it, it's like, it's like, eh. Nia Jax, I kind of have to agree with Mike at some part. Nia Jax, she's not quick because I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I think more or less she's a little big.
You know, I was thinking that, but I chose not to say it. I mean, I feel like her bigness is really noticeable when she goes for that leg drop. That's why I feel like it looks. I mean, normally big people when they do a leg drop, that shit's gonna hurt. Like Big Show does a leg drop on you, that shit looks impactful. For her, it just didn't. And again, for me, it has nothing to do with her weight necessarily about why she. I mean, maybe that does affect her. I don't know. But I just this is another case for me of, oh, I'm related to The Rock. That means I got style and I got skills. Obviously, and that has nothing to do for me why I dislike Roman Reigns. Or, well, I shouldn't say dislike. I should say dislike. I should say not a fan of. But because I feel like that's two different things. Like they're not liking someone and not being a fan of them. It just, I don't. Maybe I need to see more of her and watch more of her to better appreciate her wrestling ability. But as of right now, I will pass on Nia Jax.
I think really is that you have two different styles um of competitors, and I think this would be the first time Nia Jax actually fought against an Asuka. I think that is why you kind of have that little disconnection, is that you never seen Asuka fight someone like a Nia Jax. You've seen her fight like women like her size, or like that she can beat up a lot of easily. But someone like a Nia Jax who is like tougher, meaner, like stronger than any of the women's wrestlers that Asuka has fought. I think that might be like the disconnection, is that I don't think Asuka actually ever wrestled someone like Nia Jax with that caliber.
I I do like. I don't think Asuka had any problems in this match personally. I think she was fine. Just Nia Jax, her mobility doesn't seem very fluid, and I don't know, maybe she'll grow on me in time, but I can't.
I think she needs time. I really, to be honest, I think she still needs time. I mean, I think she'd rather be someone again like with her own, and not being someone with an Eva Marie.
Oh God.
I think that's also what killed her. But at the same time, you haven't seen Eva Marie since Asuka kicked her out of NXT for a good bit after WrestleMania.
That's a good thing, right?
I haven't seen Eva Marie in a while.
Thank
Um,
goodness. Thank goodness.
but going over to what you have said earlier about this, was that I believe there's a triple threat match coming, because Bailey actually gonna have two issues with both ladies. Bailey's gonna have the issue with Oscar's like, I never tapped out. I only passed out to your Oscar locked, and I deserve a rematch because I'm technically owed a rematch. Well, you can go with Nia Jax, is that, hey, you put me on the shelf. You cost me my chance to fight for the NXT Women's Championship. I want my revenge. I think what this could also lead up to is that I don't think Bailey's going to regain that women's title. I think Brooklyn is going to be the last time you see Bailey in an NXT ring.
Yeah, most definitely.
I
Most definitely.
because I see that this would be Bailey's last match. She's going to get called up with a brand split implemented. You don't know what's going to go on. Who is
Well,
going to
that would
get?
be a little bit after. That would be about a month after the
That'd be a month after,
break.
but it'd be a month after. But really, it's that you could call up a Bailey before SummerSlam.
You could. You
Because
could.
if you look at last year, Sasha Banks was the NXT Women's Champion when she was called up. That was like before Chamber, I guess. It was either before Chamber or before Payback.
Wait, who was it? Who are we talking about again?
Sasha Banks. And
Sasha was.
Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. They were somewhere in June, if I remember
No,
correctly.
I'm pretty sure that was July. It was the
July.
Raw. The Raw before the last pay per view before SummerSlam. I think before
Battleground.
Battleground.
Yeah, Battleground.
Raw before Battleground because I think Paige had like a title match and lost to Nikki or something like
She
that.
lost to Nikki because of the controversial Twin Magic. And then
which I
basically,
still don't understand how it works. Because hello, ref, look at the twins and the twins. Know what I mean?
and then basically, like Paige was like arguing, and bitching. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what? Where's the fairness in all of this?" And then
Yeah.
basically, like, what I think Alicia Fox also joined the Bellas, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Hey, let's have a Divas Revolution."
Speaking of Alicia Fox, where the hell has she been since WrestleMania?
Where have most of the Divas been since WrestleMania? That's a question.
Right? Holy crap.
Anyway,
Welcome to the Divas Revolution. Ended in about 6 months.
and then at WrestleMania when they call it the women's division. Anyway, but this is it. It's just like I think Bailey's gonna be called up soon. It's gonna be Nia Jax or Asuka that's gonna be the one that walks out of Brooklyn with the title.
Yes, most definitely.
And I think Mike, you might need to watch Nia Jax more, but I think at the same time, your opinion might still be the same. And that's just me being honest. But as I said, just see if you can look up some Nia Jax, see if you change your mind, or it's just it may be the same. But anyway,
Uh,
the last part of it is the first ever NXT Steel Cage match.
nice.
And I think they stole the steel cage concept of the steel cage lowering concept from Scooby Doo.
I didn't think about that until you just said it. Because I mean, I thought it was, I was kind of confused at first when I saw it lowering down, and then I saw it folding. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
This is innovative, but at the same time, I was thinking about that. It's like, did they do that Scooby Doo?
And then you notice the cage wasn't as tall either.
No, because if you think about it, the NXT arena is not that big.
Yeah, so I thought it was weird, but holy fuck, what a great match nonetheless.
Exactly. Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, steel cage for the NXT Championship. Am I right? Am I right? Is it the NXT Championship?
I believe so. Yes, I believe you got it right this
Anyway, as you know, it's basically for this storyline purposes that Joe and Finn has been feuding for a while ever since after both of them won the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic, and then Joe turned on Finn, and then they had like matches against each other in London and then at
time.
Dallas,
Dallas, and then
and
out of
then
nowhere in some random town in Massachusetts.
John Cena approves.
Well, I mean, John Cena never loses house show matches, so
It's in some I forgot where it is, but it's some town in Massachusetts.
and if John Cena's fighting the world champion, it's a non-title match, so the champion can lose. Anyways,
It's Lowell, Massachusetts.
yeah, I knew the name of it. I just saying it was kind of weird. Anyways,
Yeah, it was weird that they did it at a live event, but hey, heck,
anyways, back to the match at hand. Wow. I saw the only issue I had with this match is I felt they could have used the steel cage a little more than here. Let me grab your head and throw your back into the cage. But I had a few good laughs with this match, like where he kicked Joe's head and Joe's like fall forward, ropes, fall smack on the ropes. I'm like, oh, we're both hurt. Cool.
Yeah, Finn is not gonna have any kids for a while.
Right? I had so many spots I like that one, and then the one where Finn was coming out and Joe did the desperate well they called it an enziguri, but that was not an enziguri. The kick to the back to his back or to the back of Finn's head, and Apparently, Finn fell between the cage and the ropes. Don't know if that was necessarily the way it was meant to happen, but nonetheless, it had to have hurt. Your body sliding down against metal. Like, oh, that hurts. And there was so much I liked about this match. And then you get to the end, and I was like, and I think I'd spoken. I don't know if it was you or someone else earlier. I thought they were gonna pull some, the stereotypical. The guy's on the top of the cage, but oh no, he decides he wants to go for the big move off the top. Oh, he misses. Oh, and then the bad guy wins the match. No, they decide not to do that. Samoa Joe goes up there, slams Finn's head against the cage, pulls his ass down, and hits that damn super muscle buster. Somewhere Tyson Kidd's like, no! Don't do that!
I think after he injured Tyson Kidd, I think Joe do the muscle buster a little different.
Nonetheless, he hit that super muscle buster for the win. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time Balor's been beaten while in quote demon form?
Yes, this is the first time he would have lost in the demon paint. Yes.
So that's gotta be a significant mark, I feel, and I didn't see him for a while. I think Balor's coming up soon. I thought it would have happened by now, but I think he's definitely going to be on the main roster within the next 2 months now, after this match.
I don't think in the next 2 months. I actually think in the next 2 weeks.
Hey, you never know. You never know. I mean, maybe he's on Raw Monday. Maybe he's on Raw this coming Monday. John Cena needs a tag team partner against the club, and then all of a sudden Balor shows up and Styles, Gallows, and Anderson are like, oh, fuck. I don't know. Maybe that's how we go about it. But then again, that might be dumb because then Balor would have no one to face at Money in the Bank because Cena's already going against get that damn ticket off the camera. You just had to brag that you live in a bigger city that gets Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or something or WWE event more than once a year, while the closest town to me, Moline, Illinois, gets a occasional house show once a year, and nothing happens at those shows, and they're terrible, like the one I had last year with
I had a house show once.
Yeah, but you get at least 2 shows a year usually.
True.
I haven't been to a taping in like I think 2 years. No, wait. No, that was last year. Last year I went to the King of the Ring taping over in Milan. But other than that,
no. But if you think about this, I actually have talked to a friend. It was the same friend who was texting me during this review. Thank you. I thought you think of something, all right? You got John Cena and you have New Day. That's 4 people. How many members of the club there are?
3.
Where's the unevenness in this?
Well, I don't think Cena and the New Day are necessarily going to keep up their united front because especially since the New Day at the pay-per-view is facing more than just the club. They're also facing the Usos, who got
they're not facing the Usos.
Oh no, that's right. It's not the Usos. My bad. I'm sorry. I keep thinking it's the Usos because it's like every time the Usos there's a multi-man match, the Usos are usually in it for no reason at all. It's like, wait, why did they get a title shot? Oh, they didn't? Oh, sorry. I kind of forgot. I'm sorry. So, but since the New Day has to not only deal with the club, they also got to deal with
Vaudevillains,
then Enzo and Big Cass. I don't see that whole front with Cena really sticking. So I don't know if you necessarily would need Balor for that.
But at the same time, if you think about this, I think the United Front is going to be all the way up to Monday. After Monday, when they have the Money in the Bank, each of them just go do their thing. But at the same
Money in the
time,
Bank, what, 2 weeks?
it's the it's the Sunday after the Raw here.
Oh, so you get to go home show.
Yeah, I got the go home show. Second
Lucky
time.
shit.
Second time.
Lucky shit. I'm flying down there Monday. Damn it. I wish.
Hey, you just come in the morning so you, me, and my cousin go see Sasha Banks and Natalia.
Oh, yeah. You want to pay? You're gonna pay for my flight and my hotel room and
You
everything
don't
else.
need you don't need a hotel room.
Technically, you want to get specific. I have enough for a flight right now, but I'm not
No. Anyway.
gonna do that.
But it's just like if I think about this, it's like how you kind of incorporate Finn. Do you incorporate him with the club or do you incorporate him with something else? That's the main thing.
I think you almost let Finn do his own thing and kind of ignore the whole dealings with the club. I mean, maybe you can't do that because everyone knows about the connection between them. But I still almost,
Because he's the founder of the Bullet Club.
yeah, but the way they play it on WWE television, AJ's like the head cheese.
Because once Finn Balor left to WWE, AJ Styles took his place as the leader. That's what nobody.
Yeah, but that's not how WWE plays it necessarily, though. I don't feel like you necessarily have to involve him with that. I almost think you let Finn Balor just do his thing. But if you don't involve him with the club, what do you do with Finn? That's the real question. So what would you do with him if what would you do with him if you didn't involve him with the club? And no response.
It's just like that's the question of what you can do with Finn. But anyway, Mike, overall thoughts and scores for this, and what's your best and worst?
I hate doing scores. So okay. So my best match definitely for me is the cage match. That's just from my personal taste. I think it's the best. If people don't agree, that's okay. It's just my personal opinion. Worst is Asuka versus Nia Jax. I'm sorry, I just did not enjoy that match at all. As for a score, I hate doing scores, but I'll give it a go here. We're not gonna go out of so many stars
It's
or
out of five. Out of five.
out of out of 5. Damn it, I don't have my okay. Out of 5 footballs, that would be my say. 5 footballs would be my ranking. I'll come up with a new name for my rankings every week, every month, just to be funny. Out of 5 footballs, I give this a solid. I'm trying. Oh man, I should have been thinking about this then. If you're gonna have me do a score, like I said, overall I enjoyed it, but I don't think it was necessarily great. I give it a 4. I'll give it a solid 4 because I like most of it. 4 out of 5 footballs because again the Asuka and Nia Jax that's really put me down. So a few of the other matches were still good, but they weren't as great as they could have been. That lowered it a little bit. So yeah, 4 out of 5. And yours?
Out of 5 cans of Dr. Pepper, I will give it a 4 out of 5. Because I kind of have to agree, but I would say my best match would be Shinsuke Nakamura and Austin Aries. This was a match I was so hyped up to watch. I mean, yeah, the cage match was supposed to be the top match that everybody is supposed to tune in for because it's the end of the feud. It's the end, basically. The end, all the end stuff went around the steel cage. But I would say that this was more, I was more hyped up because I wanted to see two of the best in the world to go against each other. Now, here's a question I got to go with everybody here is that we forget something. Before the cage match, we saw Real Regal talk in an interview. And right behind him, Bobby Roode walked behind him and go into his office. What do you guys say
I
about that?
was almost expecting him to show up after the match, after the main event ended, because they did that tease where Joe's walking away slowly, and they're focusing heavily on the injured guy. I was like, is something gonna happen here? Because they spent like 10 minutes doing that. I'm like, oh, nothing? Oh, okay. But yeah, just have him debut already. We know. You keep saying he hasn't signed yet. Bullshit. Bullshit. All right, that's a crack of
Let's
shit,
say same thing with Eric Young.
right? Oh, he's just helping out. Bullshit. Bullshit. Anyways, closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. This is a NXT that you expect everything, but there was some surprises. Like a surprising team came out to start a feud with American
Paul
Alpha and Paul
Ellington.
Ellington. Yeah, a surprising manager with them. Um, I expect a better women's match in Brooklyn because I think there's going to be a triple threat if Bailey doesn't get a one-on-one match. And it's just that, where does Joe go from here? Where does Finn go over here? What he's going to do in the main roster? So let us
Who's Joe feud with next?
Nakamura. Or it could be Bobby
Maybe.
Roode. Or
I
maybe
don't want Bobby Roode doing that yet, but maybe. I don't know.
Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode. All right.
Oh, oh, yes, yes. I just wish James Storm hadn't bounced that fast, so we could have seen the beer money
Anyway,
NXT. But
so we want to hear from you guys. What do you think about NXT? What's your best? What's your worst? What you think? What you gonna do with Finn? What's Oscar's next move? What is Nakamura gonna do? Is he gonna go to the hospital like Mike said? Tell
I
us.
don't know.
Tell us. Mike, where can they find you at? And tell us what you do.
Twitter at MikeofIowa. My YouTube channel at my name, Michael LaGrange. I don't do a whole lot of videos. I try because every time I try something, I don't feel it works out. So every couple months, I'll try a new project, and hopefully something catches on that I can start doing on a regular basis. And then also, sometimes I'm on Twitch at MikeofIowa1.
All right, yeah, we didn't do intros. That would have been Mike of Iowa. And anyway, you can find me at Twitter if you look at the bottom. Twitter at Fatboy504. I do retweets. I do opinions and stuff. It's mostly sports and wrestling and whatnot. You can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Fatboy504. And yeah, you can find me on this YouTube, or you can find me on the WGS TV Facebook page or Hardcore Wrestling Radio Facebook page. Until then, Mike,
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Okay.
That's my closing to every video I do.
The fact that I live in New Orleans and we do not have snow here.
Oh, okay, fine. Don't suck, just like the New Orleans Pelicans.
Let's see. I can't say anything about your Cubs since they're leading right now. So